Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Tinker77 and we're back on the Craftoria world. Last time we built the thing that you see behind me, which is a place to break and get Certus quartz crystals, Certus quartz dust, and silicon. And those are needed for what we're going to start with today, which is trying to make an AE system to replace our storage system because the storage system is not functioning as good as I would like it, and I would like to make something a little bit better. So let's go and get started on this process. In the last episode, we did get these presses from the meteor. That's it's a meteorite, I think, actually, and that we found in the river right next to our base. And we need to use these in inscribers to make the pieces that we want. So we're going to make up an inscriber right now. Let's go see what we can do here. Inscriber, you can see it's this device right here. Now I'm going to make 5 of these. They're pretty easy. It's just iron and copper and pistons. So we should have enough right now in my storage system here. We're going to make 5 of these. And the reason why I have 5, and I'm going to build them over here, is because, as you see here, that was misplaced. I'll put that in a minute, is we have 4 presses. These make the different components, and then we have a 5th inscriber to put the pieces together to make something else. Okay, so we're going to put those right there. And again, you have different things. You have like our processors, which are the calculation one, and you have an engineering one, and then you also have the logic one. And then down here on this side, I'm going to put the silicon press, and this is the way we create the basis for these parts. Now let's go look what these are used for, because this is kind of important here. So let's go with Applied Energistics. And we're going to look here. So there are these circuits that you can make. Like, for instance, the printed calculation circuit. It just takes the calculation press and Certus quartz, which, hey, we're getting right now. So there are different things that we can do to get this to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get a stack of everything I need for each of these, which I believe would be gold. It would be diamonds, I believe, Certus quartz, and the silicon. So let's go grab those now. All right. So right here we have the calculation. This is the, this is calculation. It takes the Certus quartz regular crystal, not the charged ones, and you can see it's slowly working on this, and it's making the components that we need. That's good. This one is the engineering. Engineering usually takes diamonds, so we'll put that in there, and you can see it's working. We're going to do this one. This is the logic. Logic usually takes gold, and you can see it's working. And then we're going to put in silicon here, which is kind of like the basis for this, for these recipes. We're going to let this run for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. The speed at which this is running is okay, but you can see here we have some of these acceleration spots we can put for upgrades. See, so we can put up to 4 acceleration cards per each of these. So if I do 4 times 5, that's 20. So we need to make 20 acceleration cards. So if you look at the acceleration card, it just takes a flux crystal. That's easy. We've got plenty of that. And an advanced card takes a calculation processor. So we're going to need to make at least 20 of these calculation processors. Now, how do you make those? You just put the printed silicon, which we're making from the silicon press, the calculation circuit, which we're making already, and redstone. Okay, so we just need 20 of those. Right now we have 19. Now I have 20 calculation circuits. That's good. We're going to put it into this press into here. We're going to look here. We have to get 3 more of that. While we're waiting on that, we'll get some redstone because we need some of the redstone here. I'm just going to make sure I have 20 in the list here. There we go. I'm going to put that into this spot. And then we're going to get the 20 as it's built right now. There we go. And we're going to put that into here. Okay. So you can see that this is going to make 20 of the calculation processors here. There it is. And we're going to wait for that to finish, and then we're going to make the upgrades for all these. So this will work and run very fast. And looking at my recipe here, I guess it only needed 10 because of the calculation processors, because it makes 2 for every time you do this recipe. So I made double the amount. That's okay. We're going to be using these. There's our 10 calculation processors. Let's put that in here. And let's make 20 of the acceleration cards. There we go. And I know I've got flux in here. Flux crystals. I've been making some of that up. So there we go. We should have 20 of the acceleration cards. Now you can see that here, this is working to make this stuff. And if I put these cards in here, look at how much faster that's going. It looked like it stopped there. Did it stop? Why would it stop? That's interesting. Let's put some more of these in here. Now, I don't know why that would stop. That is very interesting. Let's take one away. It goes fast with 1, but when I put the 4th one in, it stops. I don't know what's going on here. This may be a bug. 3 is working, but the 4th one stops it. I'm going to have to read up on this, see if there's a bug with this. But so right now we're going to work with 3. It's still a lot faster than it was. I'm not sure why why this is not working correctly. Interesting. Okay. But anyway, we're getting all the components. You can see the machines are just going like crazy. They look like they're winking at us. That's kind of very odd looking, but let's move on. Came over here to get some more of the silicon, and I noticed it wasn't breaking. And looking at it, it looks like right here, the pick is gone. So it will break it completely to a point where it doesn't, it disappears. So make sure you keep an eye on that and maybe limit it so that you don't lose it. So when working with Applied Energistics and what I want to work with for my storage system, you need to have a few things. You need to have an ME controller. This is basically the heart of the entire system. You need to have an ME drive. This is like a disk drive holder, so you have disks that you need. Of course, you need to have disks. I usually start out with 4K disks, then I go up to higher ones later on. That's fine. We need to have a crafting terminal. This basically gives us access to our storage system so we can see things in it, and gives us the ability to craft, which is what we're kind of having trouble with our current storage system. And then I like to have an ME IO port. And what this kind of does is, and the way I use it is, later on I plan on having, instead of having this wall of barrels here, I'm going to have it's functional storage, I believe, is compacting drawers and some other things that can be accessed by the storage system. And what the IO ME IO drive here, this IO port thing does, is I can take my disks and put them back into the system, and it will then put stuff over into the storage system first that's over on the wall, the drawers. And that way I can, if I put anything in by accident, I can kind of like defragment my drives in a way. So those are the components that we really need to have. And we're going to start off with making these things right now. So let's try to look at what do we need for the ME controller. So the ME controller takes Skystone blocks. It takes Flux crystals. We have those. And we have an engineering processor. Well, that should be easy, except for the Skystone block, which we have Skystone. We just didn't cook it down. So, I mean, you know, how hard is that? We need 4 of these, right? I'll put 4 there and all over here, and I'll just cook that down. And in a minute, we'll be able to make the controller. Here are the 4 Skystone blocks. We'll grab that. We'll come back over here. We'll say make the controller, and there we go. We have the controller. Now, I'm going to have probably some system. I probably should have put this over here, but I was thinking about putting this whole entire interface to our storage area kind of over along this wall. So I will have to probably do that here. Let's just do it right now here. I'm going to basically go back into this wall here. And see, I have these pipes, and they're basically carrying energy. They're not really carrying any of the, I guess what you would call the data lines for the system. So we're going to look at cables here. We have the ME glass cable here. And I'm thinking that I might just put this right here. So let's go like along this way. And I'm thinking maybe, well, I could even put the controller here. I'm just thinking of different ways. If I put the controller here, it should get power. It's got some nice little color. I'm thinking of putting the drive in front of it and the interface on top of it. So I think that's what I probably will do. For now, I'm just going to do this. So I have like a little cable, and we'll start to work on the rest of this. So what is next? Well, the next thing I want to have for sure is an ME drive. And you can see it takes iron, and some more of these processors. Right? Is that all it takes? Oh, and some cable, which we don't have any cable yet. Probably because we're missing that, which takes Certus quartz dust. Okay, so we're going to go get that right now. Okay, we got enough to make these cables. I'm going to make a few of these. We probably will need them. And then we make the actual glass cables here. There we go. We'll grab some of those. And now we should be able to make the drive. It's just that easy. Yay. And I'm going to put it right here. And it should be getting power from the controller that's behind it. That's fine. And we also need to have, just to access it, we will need to have the crafting terminal. So let's look at this. This takes a crafting table, which we should have, a processor, which we have. We need to make an ME terminal. So it takes a logic processor. I know I have that in my storage system. It takes an illuminated panel. I guess it takes any illuminated panel. So it takes, that's right there is glowstone, redstone, and iron, and the glass. So maybe let's make some more of the glass. That's probably what I'm needing. Let's go see. Glowstone? Yeah, I got glowstone. I know I got redstone and iron, so it's the quartz glass. And we have 2 of that, right. Okay, so let's make some more quartz glass. And it's giving us an error here. Is it because we are out of glass? We might be low on, yeah, we're low on glass. So I'm going to cook down some sand really quick. I got plenty of sand. This will take a few minutes. All right, I should have enough glass now. I grabbed some really quick over from the furnace working. And so we have all of that. So back to the panels here. We're trying to make an illuminated panel, a regular old illuminated panel. So we have 3 of those. That's good. And looking at the rest of this, we have the processor and the panel. We just need to make a formation core and an annihilation core. Looks like we need Certus quartz, so we need all that stuff. We know we have that. We don't know about Fluix dust. Fluix dust is just Fluix has been crushed. Okay, so there's another piece of the puzzle that we need to do. I'm going to do maybe a half a stack. I'm going to throw it in the crusher right here. And we should be able to get the Fluix dust in just a second. All right, we've got 2 Fluix dust. This will still continue to run and make lots of noise. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go into the terminal. We're gonna make a formation core. We have crystals, we have the dust, we have the logic processor. And it gives us 2 of those. And then we're going to make the next piece, which is the annihilation core, which is this quartz and the dust and the processor, which we have that. That works, okay, that's awesome. And then we should be able to make the actual ME terminal, which is just an interface. And right away, we're going to convert that over to a crafting terminal. And that's good too. So here we go. We're going to put that right here. And we should be able to access the storage system. That's amazing. So now we can do different things with this, but of course we have no disks, no storage space. So that's the next step, is we're going to try to make up the disks. So to make the disks here, I'm going to look first at the drive, and you can see it's got 2 columns of 5, so it can take 10 disks. So I would like to do, at least starting out for my storage system, to have 10 4K disks. So how do you do that? Looking at the 4K disk, each disk takes a 4K component, and then regular stuff, glass and redstone and iron and copper, which we have. The 4K component here takes, again, redstone, a calculation processor, we have all of that, the glass, we have that, but it takes, for every one of these, it takes 3 ME1K storage components. So if we are trying to make 10 of these, which means 10 times 3 is 30, we need to make 30 of these components right here. So that's what we got to do first. So let's see about trying to do that. I'm going to go into the storage system. We're going to hit this, and we're going to go into here, and we're going to try to make 30 of these. And it looks like we ran out of redstone. That's okay, because I have redstone in the mining dimension. As you can see, I've got a lot of redstone, and that should be 30 of the storage components. That's great. Let's put those all back in our storage system. And so now we should be able to make 10 of the 4K components. If I have all the stuff, so let's just hit that. There we go. You have 10 of the components. That's what we wanted to see. And then we just have to make 10 of the disks. And they should be right here. We have that many. Looks like we're missing some glass. So we'll make up a little bit more glass. And I probably am missing the... Which am I missing? I see dust there, so I'm assuming it's because I'm out of glass, which is still cooking down back here. So we have 6 of the discs. We need to make, what, 4 more? That's what we said. So, oops, I made some cell housings. 4, 8. Why am I missing? What am I missing here? I should have 10. Did I make a mistake? Looks like I only have 8. Well, we'll just go with this for now. I'm going to make 2 more in just a second. So you put these discs in here. There you go. And now you can see, look like the green lights. This is so nice. But now we can add things to the system in here. And it will, like say, for instance, I go into here. Let's grab some things. Let's grab, you know, some things. I don't know. And when you go over here, you can put them into the storage system, and they are located in the disks here. You can see that one changed from green to blue, which means it's being utilized. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let me get some 2 more disks made, and then I'm going to try to start to unload these barrels. All right, I spent some time getting the sophisticated storage barrels emptied and put into the storage system, and honestly, I filled it up. I had just a few things left over here. You can see that. So this is not enough space. But if you look at it, we got a lot of stuff here. Like we got 11,000 nether quartz and 1,000 cobbled deep slate. And these are ideal things that we want to put into a storage drawer system so we don't take up the disk space. I've left space here so that we can wire up a place for the storage drawer controller and then have the storage drawer. So we're going to start to make this. I kept going to here really quick, but I'm like, this doesn't have everything. It's all over here. So we're going to go over and we're going to make, first of all, the storage controller. And immediately you can see it even shows it over here where it's bookmarked. You see the little red area. Those are the items that I don't have. Well, let's make a comparator, and we can do that. This is beautiful. Finally, we have something that works. We have to make some drawers. Doesn't matter what the drawers are, I believe. I don't have enough space in my thing because I filled it up, so we'll have to do this the hard way here. I believe I have enough to make the drawers that are for these, the spruce drawers. I have enough of those. Let's make a couple of those, and then we should be able to make the controller. That's what we want. And I'm going to put it right here on this grass. This is where that wall was, where we had all of the storage drawers. So we need to get some way to access this from Applied Energistics. And I believe there is, in Applied Energistics, there is the ME storage bus. This is what we need to be able to access the storage drawers from the device. So it looks like we need a couple pistons and we need an interface here. So I keep going to the wrong thing. I got to remember not to do that. So let's make some pistons. There's a couple of those, and we need to make an AE interface, which is, I believe, this box right here. And what was that I was missing? It was a formation core, which takes some more Fluix dust, which I have right outside here. You know I did this over earlier, so there we go. This will be pretty easy, so let's just make this last piece here, this interface. I went to click too early. Okay, and now we make the interface. And we have that, and we should be able to make the interface here. This is the storage bus. Nice. Now this has to go on the back of the controller right here. And when you right click on this, you should be able to, at least this is the way it used to be set the priority of how it relates to the rest of the storage system. And I usually set it at +10, so that means it's higher than the normal priority of 0, which means this will be given the first shot to have things put into it. Now, these cables, I believe they use a thing called channels with storage, but we're not really using anything here off the back. So I'm thinking we might be able to use just a regular cable. I will see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll know fairly quickly. I probably need more cable than that. And we can always change the cable later on if we want to, so that's fine. I am missing a lot of different things. Hopefully this will reach then, because I don't think it will. We're going to go to right here. Okay. Definitely don't have enough cable. Are we missing like glass? Is there glass in here? I wonder if that's why it's just not doing it. I don't see any glass in here. No glass in here. I guess that's why we got to make the for the ME cable here. We got plenty of Fluix. We just don't have any of the quartz fiber. And to do that, we need glass. And I was cooking some glass up, but I don't have a lot over here. So we're going to do our best. Okay, so there's 12 right there. That should be enough to hook us up to this system. I took out all of the redstone out of the storage system because when I go over here and put it all into the system, I want to be able to see it inside of the system here. Okay, so right now, if you look, there is no redstone at all in here. And what we'll do is when we put this compacting drawer that we're going to make, we'll put the redstone in that, and then we should see this. So let's make a compacting drawer. It's right over here. And there it is. We're going to put this right there, and then we're going to put some redstone in here, okay? So if I put that there, that's fine. I'm just going to put everything we have in there. So there we have all of our redstone in one place. Now, you would think it would be right here. We should be able to see 500 redstone. We don't see it, and why not? And that's because this drawer is not linked to this controller. So we got to make the linking tool, which is right here. And this should be pretty easy. It's another drawer. You should really make a bunch of these drawers, even if you just use them up. I just haven't made a lot of them. I usually make the spruce drawer because I've got a lot of spruce when I cut down all the trees that were here. And there we go. Should be able to make the linking tool. And with the linking tool, you can say that this is the controllers that's configured, and you say I want to link that. And now this should be looked up. So looked into here should be able to be seen. And if we go back and look at what we have, the redstone shows up. And if we go to redstone, you can also see that we not only have redstone dust, we have redstone blocks and compressed redstone blocks, which is the things that we see here. Okay, so now what I need to do is just go back into the storage system here, find out the things that we have a lot of, what can be used into a compacting drawer, what might be used in a regular drawer. Like, for instance, quartz can be into a compacting drawer, whereas cobbled deslate, it might go in a compacting drawer or might go in a regular drawer. And I just need to take some of these things that take up the most space, put them over here, and then that will start to free up the space in our drive. So I've configured some of these. We got redstone, we got quartz, we got deep slate, copper, and iron. And right now, that's all that are associated with this storage drawer controller. And those are some of the big items. Now, I haven't taken them out of here yet. So what I want to do now is to make that MI or MEIO port this device right here, which takes some drives. That's fine. It takes a lot of glass too, which I got to get. I guess I should cook up some glass. But we're going to make that, and then with that, we should be able to defragment these drives. And instead of being completely full like it is here, a lot of that stuff will be out into this system here, and it should free up enough space that we don't need to make any more disks. So let me try to make the MEIO port. And to make the MEIO port, we need to have 3 glass, a glass cable, 2 drive bays or drive systems, some iron, and a logic processor. And we have that now. Now I'm going to stick it back here behind the bed. It's kind of there. It should be working right now. And there we go. So what do you do and how do you use this? Okay. Well, what you do is you take a disk out. Let's just take one of these like this one here. And I'm going to throw it into this system right here. Okay. And you can see it's going to slowly take items out as best it can. Looks like it already filled up the rest of the storage, so I probably have to take a lot more stuff out. But what it does is it tries to get all of the items out of it and put it into the driver array that's in here. So if I had like a blank 4K, which, you know what, let's see if we can make a blank 4K really quick. That will help us out for this type of process. There's 3 of these, and then we're going to make a 4K. And then we're going to make a 4K disk. And this is a completely empty disk, and so I'm going to put this back into here. Now, there's plenty of space for what we have here, so if you watch, you can see that emptied out. This is now completely empty, and that disk is kind of full. The thing is that if we do all of these slowly, we will get everything put over into here, and that's what I'm going to do right now. And after that process, you can see all of the things are in here. Everything that we had that was in that are in these drawers, which is amazing. And I was able to remove these 2 barrels. Now, even with all that, it still filled this up. So I really need to make maybe some 16K cards or some of the 64K cards to put in here to make sure that I've got everything that I need. But I mean, it's working, and it's working great as far as keeping the storage there. And so now all I can do is I can just go into here and see things and see what's missing from my recipes, which is the thing I was missing the most. And this right here shouldn't be working anymore. I mean, it's not even attached to anything. How does it have any items? You see this? It says we've got items here, but there's nothing. It's not attached to anything. I don't understand it. So this system was kind of broken. So yeah, this system is working great. I apologize if this video seems like it's all over the place. I've been a little bit flustered with this. Got a lot of stuff going on here and my mind's kind of drifting. But anyway, guys, you can see now that we do have an AE system working behind me, and we have storage drawers starting to be set up. I will have to work on that off camera to make it a little bit better, more robust, and have more of the items outside of the storage drawers. So yeah, everything seems to be working great, and I'm very happy because this other system just didn't work for us. Wasn't working the way we wanted, you know. So anyway, guys, I sure hope you liked this video. If you did, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comment section. And if you'd like to be notified of those videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and bye-bye.